Good morning, y'all. So I'm up this morning. I have off this morning, but unfortunately, I can't sleep because why? I'm used to rising at 4 a.m. It's the nature of the beast. But anyway, while I'm up, I just wanted to talk about people that suffer in silence with, you know, mental health issues. Mental health is a big issue today that doesn't get addressed a lot. So many of us with our families, when we see our family members act out, we call them crazy and, oh, that's just the way they are. No, no, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. It's time to really get serious about mental health issues. We have to start addressing them. We have to start addressing our family members to say, hey, this is not okay. It's not cool. You got something going on. You need to get to a doctor, even if you have to go with them. Let me tell you something. Depression, anxiety, I'm telling you, mental health is oh, it's a lot to deal with. Because I know for myself that I suffer from anxiety, but I am one that I am able to control and deal with minds. I do take a little bit of a medication for my anxiety, which I don't really get a whole lot of bouts of anxiety anymore, and that's because I use music therapy and dance as a way to work out that edge, that little bit of edge that I get sometimes in the morning. Like for me, anxiety, it just comes from, it's like your mind is on a treadmill. It's constantly running and it's constantly worried about little things, anything. I overthink things. But for me, naturally, because I'm a Libra, I'm one that I question things all the time. That's the nature of who I am. But I know that a lot of my anxiety came from my experiences as a child, as a youth, came from, uh, I was actually afraid of my mama because she was strict, and I was always afraid to get in trouble. And I'm a very emotional, sensitive person, but that was just my mother's way of dealing with having a lot of kids. She had to be strict. She had to keep them in line. But I was that one child out of all of my mama's kids that was different. I was the one that my mama could yell at me and I'd start crying. I'd break down and cry, And it's funny because my oldest is like that too. So I tend to, like, I don't have to get nasty or anything with my daughter or my children. I could talk to them and I try to do it in this tone and say, hey, listen, let's talk about this. And that's the way I deal with how I parent my children. So, but my mother, she would grew up in an age where, you got spankings and, she threatened you. Like, I'll knock you out. you know, she was one of them parents. But that was the way they were taught and raised. So as parents, we have to definitely find better ways. But anyway, like I was saying, you know, we have to start addressing these issues with our family members and our friends. When you see poor behavior, because I look at people now and I could see people who are suffering because your behavior says a lot. I see it a lot and I'm like, you might want to think about getting some help, you know, seriously, because your behavior is out of order. Out of order. And we need to start addressing that. Stop calling them crazy because they're not crazy. What it is they're trying to find a way to work out their emotions. That's what it is. And they don't know how to deal with it. So until they get the help, we who are in sound mind and we see this behavior, we need to say, hey, I notice this is how you behave. And you need to probably think about, no, you need to get to a doctor and a therapist, someone. Because therapy, I don't care what anybody says, especially in the black community, we don't like to do therapy. We like to call each other crazy and all that nonsense. No, stop doing that. It's time to start addressing these issues. We cannot no longer tolerate behavior and let medical issues go unwarranted. This is why we're seeing more and more suicides. Like my nephew, over a year ago, committed suicide. 19. I said, my baby, I watched that boy come into the world, and to know that he committed suicide because he was suffering, just it bothers me to this day because that was my baby, and his mama died probably about 2 or 3 years before. So to know that we don't know why he took his life is astounding to me, and I still just wonder. But I pray for him and his soul every day because I love that boy. That was my baby, you know. And even friends I went to school with, committed suicide. Suicide is becoming more and more prominent because people are hurting. We have to stop. Stop. I'm telling you, the people who you think have it the most together are usually the ones suffering the most. Like for myself, someone said to me, I would have never known you was going through the things that you were going through. I said, that's because I know how to hide it well. And a lot of things that people don't realize is a lot of times people who suffer from hurt and pain, we're the ones that are the most funniest. That's another sign. We're good comedians. We can make people laugh at a drop of a dime because why? That comes from hurt and pain and the experience of wanting to get that kind of out of our system. But you have to learn a better way to foster because taking your life is not the way. So I just wanted to talk about that today because I thought about it, and I seen a posting from someone on my Facebook about a friend that committed suicide. It's just, for me, who's someone who's very empathetic, I'm an empath, it just, every day I wake up with a heaviness because I feel the fears of people I come into contact with. I feel their pain and stuff, and that's a lot to take on, but I'm learning how to deal with that more and more every day. But I just wanted to say, like I said, stop calling people crazy, stop not addressing poor behavior, start helping, love on them, say, listen, I'll go to the doctor with you, we can work through this together, be an advocate for them, help them. So that's what I wanted to share today. And like I tell you guys every time after my videos, protect your good energy. Keep your vibe high. Namaste. I love you guys.